So today is a day I'm actually like really excited about, and I know this horse I'm going to show you's owner is like really excited about. So we got this horse in, a 12-year-old Morgan. His name is Onyx. I'm not going to give you his registered name or his show name or anything like that. And his owner has owned him for, I feel like almost 2 years, if not a little over 2 years. I'm not 100% sure. He's been with me for, I don't know, I'd say about 2 months now. And as far as I know, he hasn't had turnout in the like year and a half, 2 years that she's owned him. So the most she knows of is he's gone into a round pen outside. So today is one of the first steps we're taking to get him like in a regular turnout situation. And it's kind of common for Morgans that have big shoe packages on to not get turned out by their trainers because you don't want to ruin their feet. And it might be something I regret because he does have a shoe package on. But I have successfully turned out all of my show horses that have shoe packages on. Sometimes we have to tape them. Sometimes, bell boots work just fine. It all depends on the horse, the situation, how light, like soft their feet are. And we obviously don't turn them out in deep, deep mud. I don't do that with any horse, even with or without a shoe package. So I'm going to take you with me as we get him ready for turnout and we turn him out. We have like an alley pasture that is kind of made for horses to like bump around in. It's like made with race line wire, it's called, and it's a coated wire that's safe. So if they like kind of smash into it or bounce into it, it's not gonna cut legs apart and all that kind of stuff. The alleyway is kind of used and abused for horses of this purpose because, like I said, it's kind of a common practice in Morgans and saddlebreds when your horse have big shoe packages on, to not get turned out while they have those shoe packages on. So horses get limited turnout, which is fine because they usually have ulterior turnout, like in an indoor or round pen area like this horse had. But it's just my preference as a trainer and working with horses that I like them turned out. So like everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. My way, by a farrier standpoint, is probably very wrong. Thankfully, I love my farrier and he puts up with me and he deals with me. And we don't really pull shoes all that often. But it is a lot of extra work to make it so you can keep those shoe packages on while you're turning out consistently all year round. It is a lot of extra work. So I totally understand why other trainers choose to do indoor turnout or round pen turnout and like stuff like that. And some horses don't care to be turned out. That's the God's honest truth. So like I said, I'm not dogging anybody. I'm not saying anybody was doing anything wrong. It's just my preference as a trainer, and I feel like this horse would enjoy it. So we're going to start initiating the steps to get him integrated into a pasture with field mates. But right now, I don't know how he responds. He has back shoes on, so I'm not going to just chuck him out with a bunch of horses. I'm going to let him share a fence line today, and I'll film that and show you guys how it goes. And again, he's in a safe pasture with race line wire that will either just break or it's not going to get caught up and rip him apart. So that's important when you're trying to integrate a horse into turnout, is that you're not just throwing them out in like a barbed wire fence pasture or just a wire pasture. And my fences are hot. So that's another thing that I'd say is pretty important when you're turning out. So if he touches it, he's going to get a little bit of a shock. And in the alleyway pasture, there's only fence line on one side because the indoor like building is one side and then the front of it is wood, the back of it is wood. So there's only one portion of it that is wire. So it makes it a little easier when I'm turning these horses out. I don't have to worry about them blowing through the arena wall, obviously. And the likelihood of them blowing through the wooden fence is not really there. And what's also nice about my property and the alleyway is if he does somehow blow through the 5 lines of race line wire, he's in another pasture. So he would actually have to take out 3 fences before he would be like free and able to run into the road. All right, so next shot you should see is him in the turnout for the first time in a long time, and we'll see how he does as he fusses. Do you want to say hi, Mr. Onyx? He's so cute, and he's so darn. One other quick, little thing I wanted to add, just in case this somehow inspires anybody else to turn out their show horse, is I always put hay out with him, obviously, but I always try to put it kind of in the middle of the field and not close to the gate, not close to the fence and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that is obvious, but it's just something that I've learned because I have made the mistakes of turning horses out for the first time and putting hay right in front of the gate, and then they get spooked or something like that and they just blow right through the gate, and then you ended up trying to chase this horse that's never been turned out, and it's not a good thing. Well, he loved it. Uneventful is a great thing. Especially when you're doing turnout for the first time. I'm always so worried they're just going to go pile driving through a fence like a crazy person. But, he was excellent, right? Got his energy out, obviously, as you've seen in that new clip. I do want to preface this with the fact that he was obviously not just thrown out here. So he had a lot of pent-up energy. He's in a training program. He's worked almost daily, and he was turned out in the indoor before he came turned out outside. There. Oh, let's see if I can get him on here. There he is. So cute. So this is not just fresh out of the stall, turned out and ready to go. He was worked this morning. He had now about an hour of turnout in the arena to kind of tone him down, because it also is the first day here in New York where it is 60 degrees and beautiful and all the snow is melting. So spring fever is a real thing. And like I said, we led up to this. We did a lot of indoor turnout for multiple hours, got him used to being out of his stall a ton, because that is something that I just don't want him to run me over. He's running around me. There he is. Hi, buddy. Don't you dare. Be good, kind. So that is something that, again, he's not used to. It's not his norm. We had to make it a part of his normal schedule for turnout. It's not that hard to do as far as the indoor turnout for a couple hours here. I'm very lucky and kind of spoiled in that aspect of I have time, right? Because I don't take on a ton of training horses where my whole day is booked. So I train about 7 horses at a time. We do have a barn of about 30, lots of lesson horses, and I have help with those lesson horses with my 2 instructors that I have here. But everything else in the barn is done by me. So this horse is continuously and constantly only handled by me and his owner. So that helps a lot too. Just building that relationship with him and getting to kind of know him, and I can kind of read him a little bit when I can see if he's going to get a little crazy or, you know, anything. I'm just watching him, anything like that. So I'm glad you guys stayed tuned and watched till the end. I hope this inspired you to turn your horses out. It's just a strong subject in my heart that they should be turned out. They should be animals. They work for us, but they should have a little bit of alone time and a little bit of free time where they can enjoy themselves, not in a box. So again, thank you so much. I hope you watched till the end. I appreciate every single one of you that did, and we'll see you next time. Here he comes. Oh, I missed him. I'm still getting used to this gimbal. Let's see if we can get him running away. There's the pretty guy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to like and subscribe to the Horse Pour YouTube channel.